Hello everyone, welcome back to Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. So first things first, I'm going to take care of the supports, and then we're going to move into the Paralogue for this chapter. Wonder what Sylvain and Shez have to say
Never
this
thought
time.
I'd see the day you shut yourself in your room to read. I hear you've been pouring through every book on magic you can get your hands on.
Hey, I read sometimes. Anyway, I had this great idea I needed to do some research for.
I'm afraid to ask. Wait, what's that diagram?
A perceptive question. This here is a blueprint I came up with for a new kind of fire orb.
Wait, so he's actually developing new magic? That's kind of crazy, from Sylvain's part, that is.
Really? You're talking about those flame-flinging siege weapons, right? Because that looks pretty small for a fire orb.
Well, that's the point. I want to make it so that our knights can carry one around as easily as they do their swords.
Really?
What would that accomplish? Knights don't have the training to use something like that.
Right you are. The wielder needs both special training and some natural magical ability to use one. At least that's the case with our current fire orbs. Which brings me to my main goal, making it so that anyone can use them, no matter their background.
Really?
I mean, think about the havoc we could wreak if your average knight or myrmidon could also blast out some fire magic whenever they wanted.
That's actually a great idea, Sylvain.
It really is.
I bet we could come up with some amazing battle strategies with those things.
I wonder, I mean, like, I don't know how magic works in this game, but it looks like you have to do a lot of research for it, and it looks like you gotta have some sort of knack for it also, so I'm not sure how this works, because magic in every fictional world, from Final Fantasy to anime, you know, to Kingdom Hearts, it all seems to have its own properties.
Right? I knew you'd see the light.
I should have said fundamentals to it.
Either way, it won't be ready anytime soon. I'm not sure when I'll finally be done with it, honestly.
If you don't hurry, the war will be over before you're finished.
That's also true.
Battle's not the only place it'll come in handy. People who don't have any other training could use it for self-defense.
Huh. Come to think of it, that's the same reason you were so interested in my sword. Does this have to do with House Gautier? I know your family's been dealing with Shrang for years now.
Yeah, more or less. We've gone through some pretty tough times. My father's first wife, Miklon's mom, she died in a Shrang raid.
Oh, I did not know that.
We've managed to hold the border for about 100 years now thanks to the Lance of Ruin. But they keep pushing our limits. Frankly, I admire their determination.
It did seem like Margrave Gautier was pretty used to fending off their attacks.
It's not like he's had much choice. Once I inherit his title, I'll keep doing whatever I can to hold them off. But it's going to be tough without a stronger military. If the king had forces of his own, he could send them in at a moment's notice whenever we were in trouble. Problem is, the last king already tried something like that. It ticked the local lords off to no end.
Makes sense. If the king grows stronger, everyone else loses a little bit of their own influence in comparison. Anyone would have a hard time swallowing that.
I'd say it's worth it if it means the kingdom won't descend into chaos. Whatever the case, any reforms we enact will need to be peaceful and well-founded. Which is exactly why I want us to be able to fight on our own, without having to rely on our relic or on other lords.
Wow, Sylvain, you actually sound like a real heir now.
He really does.
It's a nice change from all the skirt chasing you used to do.
Hey, the
That's
future
funny.
of my house is on the line here. Even the laziest guy in the world would be worried about that. Sure, the kingdom might be a half-frozen stretch of dirt, but it's my half-frozen stretch of dirt. And it's the only home I've got.
Home, huh?
Oh, poor Shez. Oh, that was only B support, really. Alrighty, who else do we have? Oh.
Hey,
He's got trash talk to his old man.
what kind of greeting is that? I gave you my title, not free license for insolence.
Spare me the lecture. I have a question about the lords of Southern Fraldaria's territory.
So you're having trouble with them as well, are you? Let me guess. They're withholding provisions. Or perhaps they refuse to send troops they promised.
Really?
How did you know?
Because he's probably had those same
Because
issues.
I've been through the same thing with them any number of times.
That sounds like a bad issue.
Southern soldiers are unskilled, but they make up for it with sheer numbers. I need their cooperation, yet they refuse to negotiate. And I have no idea how to convince them.
Yes. I imagine they're dealing with their own issues.
Such as?
And what issues would those be?
When they refused to send reinforcements for the invasion of Sreng, it was because the lords were embroiled in a succession dispute. If one house sent soldiers, the others would pounce on the opportunity to move against them.
Why? That's actually an issue?
But mere letters could never have told you something like that.
So you went around to each territory personally?
Yes. Though considering we're presently on war footing, doing so now would be unwise.
Well, that's hardly helpful, but I'll take it into consideration and see what I can do. Something funny?
Just thinking that you've grown into a fine duke.
That's the hard part for me to believe still.
Were you expecting me to fail? You're the one who gave me the title, after all.
For no frickin' reason, in my opinion.
True. But I inherited the role when I was much older than you. You're doing extremely well for your age. It seems I raised two very capable sons.
Oh, that's kind of a burn for Felix. He's more or less trying to say that I thought I only raised the good one, he died.
Don't tell me you're glorifying Glenn's death again.
Oh.
Felix.
I've been walking in your footsteps, serving our king and leading an army of knights. After all that, I thought maybe I'd come to understand you a bit better. But I still can't stomach what you said that day.
Looks like I overstepped yet again. Perhaps the two of us will never see eye to eye.
Probably never. I mean, hell, you died and he didn't seem to give too much of a crap about it. Actually, he admitted he doesn't like you at all.
If Glenn were alive, I half suspect he'd say I was being childish.
Who cares? Glenn this, Glenn that, blah blah blah. All this hype about a character that obviously died, but I fail to see the big deal about him. I know he died, but that was it. Is that it? No, he's got one with Ingrid. I think Felix had one. Or am I imagining things?
That was quite the sigh. What's the matter, Sylvain?
Oh, nothing. Well, except there's a guy in my unit who keeps acting up, and I'm not sure what to do.
You don't say.
I don't think I like the face you're making.
Oh, this is ironic for her, I think.
Let me ask, just to be sure. Is this mysterious troublemaker, in fact, you?
Hey, I've changed. I swear I have. But no, it's not me. It's one of my knights. He keeps walking around breaking stuff and getting into fights. And I'm spending all my time apologizing for it.
Sounds like Caspar.
So you finally understand how I felt. You know, I never thought this day would come.
Neither did I.
You really have changed, Sylvain. Perhaps this warrants a celebration.
Then you better bring your purse because I'm ordering 2 of everything. Seriously, Ingrid, you don't have to sound that impressed. With school suspended and the war raging, we've all had to adapt to changing circumstances. Felix and Dimitri both succeeded their fathers. They're now burning the candle at both ends, right? I can't go around causing trouble with unending scandals when I'm supposed to be the mature one of the bunch.
Is it because you're the oldest also? And technically speaking, he's also the smartest.
It is wonderful to see you turn a new leaf.
I told you to stop sounding so impressed. Ugh, I suppose I had this coming.
I am sorry, Sylvain. I was only teasing. Think of it as payback for everything you put me through. Still, not having to clean up after you has been a real weight lifted from my shoulders.
Yeah, I was a handful in my wild days, but looking back, I really appreciate everything you did for me.
In that case, you should make the change permanent so you never cause trouble for anyone again. Though, honestly, I do not really know what to do with myself now that I am not spending all my time apologizing for you. Frankly, I was convinced you were useless without me.
Sorry. Again.
Please, no. You gave me experience I'd never have gotten otherwise. If I were truly miserable, I would have abandoned you to the wolves long ago.
That's kind of harsh.
Besides, it wasn't all bad. You were the one who finally coaxed me from my room after Glenn's death, remember?
Again with Glenn, and yes, she did mention this in her A support with him in Three Houses.
Okay, I'm confused. Do you want me to go back to being a huge flirt, or...?
Don't be ridiculous.
Figured.
As you said, we have all had to adapt to changing circumstances, which means we cannot cling to the past forever. You and I are no exception. It is merely a touch sad to come to the realization.
Yeah, they had to grow up a lot. Hell, I never thought Felix would give two craps about succeeding his father. Oh, no, he didn't. He got forced into it. Here, what's this? The title. What? Yes, you're head of the House for Darius now. Damn it all to hell, man. Alright, this ought to be another good one. Maybe.
Finished giving your report?
Yes. I hope you were not waiting too long. Did you need me for something?
Need is a strong word. I just wanted to commend you. I heard that last fight was brutal, but you made it out alive.
None of us expected it to evolve into such an arduous battle. We were only supposed to be dealing with some bandits.
So you weren't injured?
I'm fine. So is everyone else in the unit, thankfully. Though even in the darkest moments, I never lost hope. All thanks to this.
Oh my god.
My brother's spur. You're telling me that hunk of steel helped you?
Again, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know if you guys remember, but I more or less told you guys I find it really kind of stupid that Ingrid has this... What's this word? Kind of a haunting ghost of Glenn's death, because I found it really stupid that, because when you play Three Houses, you already know that she is not interested in getting married off to anyone, but when it comes to Glenn, she would have been happy just for the ideal that he was the ideal knight that she aspired to be, which is incredibly stupid, and it kind of contradicts her as a character, really, but at the same time it doesn't, if that makes any sense, because she wants to be a knight, you know, the ideal knight. And for that, she's willing to kind of, what's the word? I don't know if the word principles might be the right term for this, but I personally think she would go against whatever she represents of herself to marry off to anyone. I think it's even worse when you find out that she was at birth assigned to be married to Glenn, which is kind of fucked up in my opinion. Yes, I said that word, because it is. Like, wow, way to decide someone's future like that without their consent. But alas, that's how this game's story is written. I don't even know if medieval times did such a thing back in those days, but yeah, we'll just get back to this though.
Perhaps not in a practical sense, but it certainly bolstered my spirits. This spur symbolizes Glenn's pride and sense of duty.
Ugh.
Things he fought for to his dying breath. I couldn't very well give up while I carried something with that much meaning. It gave me the courage to keep fighting.
I don't get it. It's all well and good to remember the dead, but sentimentality will get you killed. All the tears in the world couldn't bring them back after all.
You have always viewed the world in such stark terms. It might even be one of your strengths. But one day, you will learn that emotions and sentimentality are also a strength, not a curse.
Not on the battlefield.
So the dead can help the living? Interesting idea.
Can we continue this later? I think I have earned a good night's sleep.
Ingrid, wait. Will you do something for me?
I'm listening.
Go visit my brother.
What?
This war shows no signs of stopping, which means you have plenty of battles ahead of you.
I swear to God.
And if you're so certain the dead can help the living, it couldn't hurt to offer him some flowers.
You want me to go to Glenn's? I mean, of course.
What is going on here? Now they're kind of writing off Felix's very own principles, what made him in Three Houses. They really are. He thought it was stupid and incredibly ridiculous to try to appease the dead like that, and I actually agreed with him to some degree, because I'm like, well, they're gone, you can't really do much about it, but now Ingrid in this support changes his perspective on that. Something he upheld to what age? I don't know what age he died, but maybe like at least 10 years or so in Three Houses game. Yes, like, I assume he died within Glenn's been dead probably around 10 years or so, so I kind of think this is stupid again.
But you should join me. And perhaps His Majesty as well. And even Lord Rodrigue, Sylvain, Sir Gustav, everyone.
Are you planning to host an entire banquet at his gravestone?
That was not my original intention, but now that you mention it, a festive meal might be nice. We could all use a little relaxation, and Glenn always preferred a joyous atmosphere to a somber one.
Fine, just don't die before then, okay? Anyway, I'm keeping you. Go get something to eat and get some rest.
I will do just that. Thank you, Felix.
Well, that was kind of annoying. I swear to God, I'm going to freaking rewrite Ingrid's story. Well, not rewrite it, but change her. Maybe give her a love interest in my story if I ever get to make it, because the whole Glenn thing kind of doesn't sit well with me. I'm not even joking. I actually have already character thought out, but the problem is he's already in love with someone else, and she finds out during the 5-year time skip that the character she ends up falling in love with is already married to someone else. And she quickly realizes she has no competition against her in any way, shape, or form. No, I'm not trying to say I'm trying to force Ingrid to get that man's attention and for him to actually eventually leave his current wife. I'm just trying to say it kind of changes the story a bit for her, and then spices it up a bit. Yeah, but I'm gonna do this Paralogue. I have no idea what to expect from it. I'm actually scared. I managed to level up Rodrigue and Sylvain to decent levels. I made him to be at Rodrigue is a Mortal Savant and Sylvain Paladin or a Holy Knight, and they're both pretty good at it too. I'm hoping there's some wyverns just in case I could give the sword to I forgot the name of the sword, the one that's effective against flying units.
There may not be snow here, but the wind still settles right in your bones.
Yes, it's often coldest in places without snow.
Apologies for dragging you so far north, and then saddling you with reconnaissance duties. Still,
Thought for sure we'd see signs of the enemy by now, but I've got nothing.
Still, how are things looking? Sorry, I don't know why that clicked so fast.
Thought for sure we'd see signs of the enemy by now, but I've got nothing.
I don't even know where we're at. I didn't even read the details to the Paralogue.
You really think those Srang folks are coming over these mountains? Seems like a pretty risky plan.
Oh, they will come. It's in their nature.
and if I know their leader, this will be a much larger raid than normal.
Oh, do we finally get to meet the Srang people? I don't think we ever fought them off.
They tried to raid us during the confusion at the capital too, right? So are Fargus and Srang mortal enemies or something?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but we've definitely got something of a history. Even back when I was a kid, there was open fighting between the two. When Fargus won, the Srang leader offered up his youngest son as a prisoner of war.
Oh, that's kind of dark.
The same son who's now leading this current raid.
After he was surrendered to Margrave Gautier as a prisoner of war, he was held here for some time.
Margrave actually agreed to this? That's kind of harsh himself.
The Margrave lost his wife to the Srang offensive.
Oh.
And I know he harbored many ill feelings towards their people.
I forgot about that detail.
But he also hoped to improve relations between the two peoples, and thusly treated his prisoner well, teaching him our language and customs.
Boy, that didn't really work out well for him, huh?
Sadly, the prisoner did not appreciate the effort. He fled Margrave Gautier at his first opportunity and scurried back home.
But if Srang offered him as a hostage, why would they welcome him back?
It's all a bit muddled and unclear. Father dispatched men to find out the truth of the matter, but everyone feigned ignorance.
Still, he now leads the Srang forces, which means they must have at least some respect for the man. Doubtless, they were pleased when he walked in the door with inside knowledge of Fodlan practically oozing from his pores.
You've got one interesting neighbor, I'll give you that. Things are tougher in the north than I thought.
I'm glad you've come to understand our situation, at least in some small part.
Our preparations are complete, Father. Perhaps it's time we gather the generals?
Yes. Once everyone is here, we'll depart for the Ruska Mountains and take shelter at the stronghold in the foothills.
It's so weird that both Miklon and Sylvain have, you know, brighter red, and their father has like a dark pinkish brownish. I don't know. I don't know what kind of red that is. I wonder what the mother has. Both their separate mothers, I mean, for Miklon and Sylvain's mothers.
That stronghold again? We're practically retracing the entire northern campaign at this point.
Yes, that is where hostilities began, isn't it? Your Majesty, House Gautier should have been able to handle this situation ourselves. Pray forgive me for dragging you into it.
Not at all. Gautier and Fraldarius have long been allies in the fight against the forces of Srang. It is only right that the leader of House Blathid should come to your aid in a time of such crisis. I'll be counting on you and Sylvain as well.
Don't worry, we'll send these folks packing.
Great. In that case, maybe I'll kick back and let you do all of the...
The father's just staring at him seriously.
Kidding. Kidding. Of course, I'll give this everything I have. Well, except my life. I'll be keeping that.
I'll do my best as well, Margrave. Though, having ceded the Fraldarius title to my son, I fear I am not but a common military man now.
False modesty ill suits you, Rodrigue. Now let's all go out there and make our king proud.
I don't know why, but I kept thinking that Margrave Edmund... Did I say Edmund? Gautier, my bad. Would look more like Miklon, if anything. He looks nothing like other of his children. Let's see, what am I up against? If there's Wyvern units, I'm golden. Okay, Assassins, I'm probably screwed now. No flying units? That's a disappointment. Something caught my attention. I don't know if I'm imagining things. I thought I saw some armored units. Okay, never mind. I don't think... Did I promote him to Holy Knight? No, I didn't. I'm so stupid. I didn't even work on him in that class. Shoot. Alright, Dimitri? I'm gonna have to set Dimitri to some class that works out for him. Yes. This might be the strongest weapon besides that one. It's okay, he's pretty tough. Yeah, this one right here, but I don't think I'll be needing it, so I should probably get a better sword. Let me see if there's something better than that. Yeah, but it does have a higher critical hit ratio, so I think I'll work with that. I think he should be reaching A rank, right? What does this one do? 65%. It's a C ranking also. That's kind of hard to believe. They're actually weaker than the freaking C rank one, if you could believe that. Oh yeah, I gotta change its abilities. Frozen Lance and Tempest Lance. What does this one do? I wonder if that's any good. Let's see what Astra does. Although, I'll be honest with you, Windsweep's pretty good in this game. Trying to see what are good abilities for him. Earth Splitter. I'll probably go with Glowing Ember. It might be a good ability to use. Rodrigue, I think he's good also, yeah. So everyone's good here. Yeah, let's just save. I gotta check the battle conditions. Any allies? Any? Really? Does that include crap, I gotta keep a green unit alive. Shrang. Alrighty, here goes something. Oh. Did I save? I don't remember. Just in case, I better save again. This is nerve-wracking right here, guys.
Brave soul.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Hear you loud and clear. I'll make short work of this.
We must act now, before the worry sets in. Let us see what we can do.
We will proceed as planned.
Soldiers of Fargus, I task you now with this. Defeat the forces of Srang and prove your might anew.
Oh, the general, okay.
Down the stronghold. You focus on dispatching the enemy.
We must act now. Let us see what we can do.
And I went for the wrong
Hear
guy.
you loud and clear. I'll make short work of this.
We will proceed as planned.
Out of the way! Let's take the stronghold.
Let us crush their defense.
Dude, this class is broken. Dude, it's the fact that he's able to strike so rapidly.
We must act now, before the worry sets in. Let us...
That should be it for these guys.
Not a problem.
To stand on the same battlefield where my father
Ready to
fought.
go. And repeating the same fight as well. Not sure how I feel about that one.
Dude. Intrasero's actually broken.
Hear you loud and clear.
I've awaited this moment. We will proceed as planned. We must
Take a breather.
Oh shoot. Where'd that guy come from?
Here it comes! Out of the way! You're done!
That didn't kill, but did some significant damage, I imagine. No, it didn't.
Take this!
I froze.
Not a problem.
Better go help Rodrigo out just in case.
Allow me. This should do.
Man. I knew he was under leveled, but holy crap. I even gave him a good weapon.
So you feel feel as though I'm fighting alongside the young Margrave and late king once again. It's quite the sensation.
I will cut you all down!
That didn't kill.
I'm honored you think I stack up to my father. I can't help but feel like I pale in comparison.
Holy crap.
Enough of that. You are more than worthy of the comparison. To one day take his place as the Margrave.
And hey, Dimitri's already blazed that path, so he's gotta know what he's talking about.
We must act now, before the worry sets in. Come, let us...
Not a problem.
I'm ever...
I think he's only surviving because of by pure chance right now. Is this the guy?
There will be no end if we stay on the defensive. Perhaps we should take the fight to our enemies.
Hear you loud and clear. I'll make sure.
We will proceed as planned. We must strive
Where's
to
Shez?
perform to the best of our ability.
Not a problem.
These wild tactics remind me of my father's chess strategies.
My time has come.
Wait. I think they might be trying to reach our base.
We must act now.
My father's first wife, the one who died in the Srang raids. What was she like?
She was a classmate of ours at the academy, and the star pupil of the Black Eagles.
I understand he earned his Wall of Ice moniker after she was lost.
Indeed. Before that, he was a lively young man, cheerful and friendly to the last.
Chess. Chess, where are you?
Not a problem. I've got...
We must act now, before the...
Hear you loud and clear. Allow me.
Dude, Sylvain's doing hella damage. That Indra, the arrow of Indra I gave him.
I've awaited this moment.
Take a breather. Out of the way!
I'll go take care of him. Come on.
The sting of failure.
This payback has been years in the making, Gautier!
I'll show you no mercy. Back up. The one who's as loud as a cannon. That must be who we're looking for.
Who?
Not a problem. I've got this.
We will proceed as...
Take Here it comes!
Dude, there's like a lot of them here.
We must act now, but let us see what we can do.
Dude, that's a
Not
lot
a
of
problem.
units. Like a lot.
I've got.
Where's Demetrius? Is he holding off at least the guy over there?
We will proceed as...
My time has come.
Allow me.
Got you! Got you!
Who am I aiming for?
Hey, you tried!
Hear you loud and clear.
These students are doing a lot of damage too. Come on. Shazar, everyone else getting their ass kicked right now. Dude.
Got you! Tough luck!
I'm done here.
Hey, you tried!
Hear you loud and clear. I'll make...
I've awaited this moment.
Let's take the stronghold.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
We cannot fall here. Lambert would never...
Not a problem. I've got this.
We must act now. Come. We must act now. Before come, let me hear the end of it upon our reunion. Allow me.
Alright, go get healed up, dude. I haven't run out of potions for him. Where is he? There he is.
I'm counting on you. I can use assistance.
Are you ready?
This probably is overkill, but it's better to be safe than sorry, right?
I won't let you down. I will cut you all down. Much appreciated.
Not a problem. I've got this. Not a problem.
I'm ready to go.
You like that? Got you!
There we go.
Hear you loud
Sylvain's
and
actually doing really good. Like, super good.
I'll make... Can't let my friends down.
And that's a good level up. Holy crap.
I shall take the lead.
Is that all of them?
A resounding success. We will proceed as planned.
Oh, these guys are tough for some reason.
We must
Take a breather. Don't hate us for this. Our way of life hangs in the balance.
Hear you loud and clear.
Sylvain! It's been a long time, old friend. I hear your brother kicked off.
Yes, he did. But what do you care? You're the one who left us behind, remember?
Let's take it! You like that?
Holy crap.
My time has been ready to go.
I shall take the lead.
Allow me, think you can help? You got it.
Let's do this!
Damn. This should be it here.
Not bad at all. But do you really think you can best me?
Well, that was it. That wasn't so bad.
Perhaps I thought too highly of my troops. But I can retreat with my pride intact.
Yeah, and don't come back. Or if you do, at least leave your weapons and soldiers behind.
I'll think about it.
Sylvain definitely got MVP for this one. Dude, he's actually crazy good with that Arrow of Indra.
I'll hesitate no longer.
Almost 60 strength. That's crazy.
Can't let my friends down.
Wow, two times he got +2 on strength. That's crazy. Oh man, I was worried about Rodrigue though. He almost kicked the bucket. I'll be honest with you, that Arrow of Indra is actually very ridiculously OP on Sylvain.
They descended upon us like a storm.
I've never seen the people of Srang fight with such ferocity, and their leader was a pure terror. Still, I thought that man more discerning than to simply attempt to batter his way into Fargus.
Probably didn't realize how outmatched they were. I mean, they never could have expected that the king himself would show up to stop them.
But the three northern houses have always fought as one against the forces of Srang. Plus, they know the entire kingdom will fall on them if they press the issue too far.
Sylvain is right. This was no miscalculation. Instead, I think someone was whispering suggestions in their collective ears.
Espionage by the Empire. Or perhaps Cornelia's fell group.
It will take time to pin down the truth. But even if this is the result of some outside influence on the Srang clans, the fault still lies with me. I never should have educated that man.
Don't blame yourself, Father.
The people of Srang do not speak the language of Fodlan. Had he never learned it,
Yet Sylvain was only able to get through to him as a result of your teachings. And though his words lacked compassion, it was still quite remarkable to hear him speak at all. I was raised to think of the Srang people as demons who emerged unbidden from the snowy tundra. Considering that, exchanging even a few meager sentences with them feels like a miracle.
I agree with His Majesty. We will never achieve peace without understanding each other. And you know we can't end this through sheer force of arms alone, Father.
We already understand our enemy perfectly well. They fight for a port that is not choked with ice, and for land that is warm and fertile. Yet Fargus is hardly a region of abundance, and there is nothing we can spare them. So how exactly do you hope to achieve peace amidst such scarcity?
I don't know, yet. But I'll keep searching for a way, even if it takes my entire life.
You remain as naive as ever, boy.
Damn.
Matthias, wait! Apologies, Your Majesty. I will go speak with him. You should make ready to head back.
I think it's funny because Rodrigue's gonna be like, how can you just talk to your own son like that? Sylvain's come a long way. He's become a fine young man, and you must acknowledge that. That's what I feel like Rodrigue would say. I feel like Rodrigue is the guy who likes to, sugarcoat people a little. Not over the top, but enough to actually make them look good, especially when he sees their merits into fruition. Still, even I think that was a little bit harsh of Matthias. I could see why Miquelon probably left the family, assuming what he said was true, and he decided to own his own family title. Well, not title, but his own nobility, I guess.
What the Margrave says is reasonable, yet I sense an earnestness in your words as well, Sylvain.
Oh, I'm earnest, all right. I'll drag our people kicking and screaming to peace if that's what I have to do.
Peace with Srang doesn't sound like some hopeless ideal to me. I'm sure you'll find a way to pull it off.
I just think it's kind of sad we didn't get to see what the people of Thrang would actually look like. But if I had to guess, I'm going to be basing this off of the people from further up north, like in Canada and Alaska, and even further up about that. I imagine they probably look like, you know, Native Americans or somewhat, with maybe a Native American accent. That's what I would imagine, at least, because not a lot of people live up in the north. It's either that or they're probably... Nah. That's probably the best opinion I have of them, or what I would assume they would look like.
Thanks. That means a lot.
Regardless, we must eliminate this threat if we ever hope to free ourselves from the power of the relics. Still, there's no reason we must do so through military might and bloodshed, if another way will suffice. I appreciate the way you think, Sylvain. I truly do.
And I'm always impressed with how much you hate warfare, considering how good you are at it.
Is your father going to be okay? He didn't exactly take well to your opinion back there.
Trust me, I've been his son for long enough to know that the feelings he keeps private can fill a library. If he really thought I was some kind of naive idiot, he'd have kept it to himself.
Really?
There's something else weighing on his mind here. I'm certain of it.
Then again, I'm not the old man's son, so I wouldn't know. And Sylvain is a pretty smart guy. No, seriously, people. He's actually smart if you didn't pay attention to the supports in the three houses by any chance.
There you are, Matthias.
Do you remember the night of the ball, Rodrigue? Back in our days at the Academy? You, me, and Lambert grew weary of the festivities and stole away to train by ourselves.
Oh, you guys are boring as hell if you guys do that.
How could I forget? The stars in that sky were a true sight to behold. We talked about all sorts of things that night. It was the first time we ever discussed our dreams for the future, and the last as well.
Lambert told us how he hoped to forge a peace between Fargus and the people of Srang in Duscar.
Ha! He certainly did. And once he was named king, the man did his best to see it through. Srang may have been a lost cause, but he worked tirelessly to bring Duscar into the fold.
I called him naive that night. His dreams sounded like the thing of childhood storybooks and cradle tales. But these days, I wonder if I wasn't the naive one. He always took the long view of things, saw the whole continent unfolding before him. But me? I've lost too many over the years, and their blood clouds my vision. I could never see things now as he once did. Could there really be a pathway to peace?
I don't see why not, but from what I'm trying to get off in this game, it seems like they're trying to, like, go beyond a golden route here. They're trying to make it seem like everything is possible in this game, which kind of makes it a little boring in my opinion.
You haven't changed one bit, Matthias. If you regret what you said to Sylvain, I suggest you find him and apologize before this goes any further.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
Huh. Oh, I got the Lance of Ruin. Oh, I finally get that weapon. I was hoping I get that relic way before this chapter. You gotta be kidding me. That would have been so useful in the earlier missions. Alas, that's not how things work in this game, I assume. Especially since the Arrow of Indra is pretty good. But I just want to say thanks for watching, you guys. This was surprisingly not as bad as I thought it would be. I'm surprised I didn't have to reset the mission. Maybe because I actually grinded Sylvain good enough, and I guess Rodrigue could have probably used a few more levels, but he did alright. I'm actually surprised how smoothly it went, to be honest. I thought I was going to have to restart this mission a few times, but I didn't. I don't know if it's because I've gotten better at the game, or I seem to just be doing that much better with understanding the mechanics. But either way, I just want to say thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, everyone.